Much of that was their athleticism versus anything you were doing
I would say it would have to be a combination. Obviously, they're really good, number one team in the country in that regard. In the second half, we were better. It went from 16 to 4, which is good. But there wasn't as many to get, obviously, because they shot the ball better. So much of what we tried to prepare for, 27% of their shots in ACC play had been in transition, and 11% of their shots had been on putbacks. So the shot goes up, not that they get the rebound and throw it back out, they get the rebound and they score it. So that's 38% of their field goal attempts. We held them to 14 points in transition, which is good, considering how fast they are. But the glass, their offensive glass, our defensive glass, obviously was the difference.
And then that's been a strength for them throughout this ACC winning streak they've had. What makes them so effective on the offensive glass?
I think they have a Hall of Fame coach and multiple McDonald All-Americans. That would be what I would say in a succinct way. But I also think that it's always been a part of how North Carolina has played. They're going to play really fast. They're going to have really big, long, athletic guys that chase the glass, and that's who they are.
Just a bad matchup for your type of team, not having a lot of bigs?
I will never be in the Hall of Fame of any sort, and we have 0 McDonald All-Americans. So at the outset, we're way behind.
Buzz, when you combine the offensive glass there with them taking 14 or 15 threes,
Yep.
did they at that point become unbeatable but darn close?
That's a bad combination for sure. I don't know how many of their offensive rebounds led to threes, but too oftentimes in the possession or possessions, it was one or the other. If they didn't make a three, then it led to an offensive rebound, and that is hard mathematically to overcome.
Was that 14 threes, was that your zone, or was that just them taking that many shots?
I would say both. We can't get into rotation regardless of we're in man or zone. If we get into rotation, no matter who we play, the odds are stacked in their favor that they're going to get the offensive rebound. And so some of the times that we're in zone, it's saying just shoot it in front of us so that we have inside position to get the rebound. And we didn't do a very good job of that.
Does the zone contribute to their offensive rebounding too? Because isn't it typically harder to defensive rebound out of the zone?
Well, if you need more reps at it than what we've done thus far, but if you're in a zone, technically, you should have a man. If you don't have a man, relative to how we're playing the zone, then you're empty is what we call it. So within how we teach our zone and the zones that we're playing, we never want to be empty. So the zone should morph not based on a shape or a configuration. It's based on where a man is so that we still have inside position, and regardless of where Till is, that's my man, as opposed to I stay here and I'm empty and there's Till over there. No, that's who I'm blocking out.
We talked so much about the shot selection. What did you think of
Good.
shot selection for you?
We shot 51% on the road, and 88% on perfect, 58% on great, 50% on good, and 0% on bad. And that's we were shooting 2.2% on bad after 8 conference games. After 7 conference games, entering the night, we were 47% on good, we were 61% on great, and we were probably at about 88 on perfect.
How many did you charge as being bad shots?
7.
But when they have 73 field goal attempts, you kind of look at this 91 points they put up, but that's all about rebounding, not so much about the tech defense.
No, it's all about the tech defense. But obviously, if you get 19 offensive rebounds, I don't know, I would have to calculate it.
22nd
So if you just look at field goal attempts, they missed 37 and got 19 of them back. What percentage is that? That's almost 50. So going into today in ACC play, they were offensive rebounding 44.7% of their rebounds. So they were 4% better against us.
Your team has, in the time you've been here, just shown some resilience. If a bad loss come back, it doesn't seem to linger. Do you think this team has the same makeup, and where does that come from?
Well, I think thus far we have done that. I think it just speaks to who they are and how they were raised, more than anything else. I don't necessarily, I hope that our culture inspires that to an extent, but I think it's more about who we bring into the culture and how they were raised. But I think thus far this year we've been fine.
The three-point shooting has kind of been their Achilles over the past few seasons, leading up to this year. And you're kind of playing pick your poison on what you're trying to take away. Is that still what you say? If they're gonna beat us, then they can have these threes and they just gotta make them?
Well, I think relative to the complexion of our roster, of all the things that we've said since we've been in here, that's exactly what it is. So, do you want to give them one pass or zero dunks in transition? Do you want to get in rotation and they just pulverize you on the offensive glass? Or do you want to at least be in front and hopefully affect the shot on a contest and have inside position? And as far as the numbers that we pay attention to relative to the complexion of our roster, we thought that was best. And I think the only thing, I would have to watch the tape, but just off the top of my head, so similar to what Till was asking, so if the ball's on the left wing, not trying to be Joe Coach in what I'm saying, but if the ball's on the left wing, they're going to have somebody on the left block. And so then the decision becomes, because they're giants, do you want to stand dead behind that guy on the left block, or do you want to front that guy? Well, when you front that guy, if the guy on the left wing shoots it, the guy on the left block has inside position to get the rebound. So it is a poison, and it's a poison no matter which way you look, and I think that's why they are in the position they're in.
You do so much work with boot camp and conditioning. A game like this, does it affect you the next time out, or are you not worried about that?
Well, we're playing 3 games in 7 days, 2 of them on the road. It was 4.5 hours to Clemson. We hired a faulty bus, so it was 7 hours on the way back. And then, I don't know, maybe 3.5 here, 3.5 back. But I complained about the schedule last year. I'm not going to complain. We're very thankful to play 3 nationally televised games in 7 days. And in the right way, we're thankful to be 1-1 going into the last game. But similar to what you asked, Boston College, in many respects, may be Georgia Tech on steroids relative to what you were writing about them in October.
Thank you, Coach. Sorry.
Go ahead, one last question.
To play this kind of competition throughout the regular season, how important is that to get you guys exposed to these top teams in the country?
Well, any time that we play one of the 18 games, in my opinion, in our league, they're one of the top teams. I think any team in our league could advance in the NCAA tournament. Clemson and Pitt may be the best one-win conference teams in America, regardless of league. So I just think it's an 18-round heavyweight fight at the Garden.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.